Hello and welcome to the EduTalk series hosted by Biotone EduPartner Program, and massage industry experts. With the continuing challenges facing massage schools, students, and practicing therapists during COVID-19, the EduTalk series supports virtual learning and building a sense of massage community by connecting you with industry experts who will share their knowledge and expertise on topics for class discussion and career success. Tonight's speaker is Jane Irving, founder and creator of My Learning Library, a quality-driven online continuing education and distance learning website. Jane has over 30 years as a practicing massage therapist and over 12 years working with massage educators to create a platform for easy access learning 24/7. Tonight, Jane will introduce CBD Massage 101. She will let us know what is CBD, why add it to your practice, what are the benefits not only to you but your clients, and how the endocannabinoid system, how cannabinoids interact with your body's own endocannabinoid system. She will also provide along the way through her PowerPoint tips for getting started. For best view in the upper right-hand corner, please put it on speaker view. And in the navigation bar, in the center is the chat. And please feel free to chat Jane questions during her presentation that she will answer at the end of the evening. With that, I turn it over to Jane.
Thank you, Donnell. That was quite the intro. And thank you, Biotone, for allowing me to reach your audience with all this great info about CBD. So I've been an educator for several years. All my content is delivered online. So I've gotten pretty good at it over the years. And when I was introduced to CBD, I thought I should really investigate it and get the ball rolling. Although CBD is not approved by the NCB, I think it will soon enough. So it would be a great idea for those of you who are interested to get a jump on it. Donnell, let's get going with the PowerPoint. Donnell? Oh, there you are. So CBD Massage 101, getting started. Welcome. We are going to talk about, and Donnell covered a lot of this. We're going to talk about the differences between hemp and marijuana, the endocannabinoid system, how cannabidiols interact with your body's own endocannabinoid system, the benefits of adding CBD massage to your practice, CBD Massage Products 101, and we have two great treatment protocols that we can walk you through during this presentation. Hemp versus marijuana. I get questions about this all the time. Hemp is a variety of hemp and marijuana are both varieties of the cannabis plant. They both contain cannabinoids. However, marijuana contains THC, hemp does not. Marijuana is cultivated to contain high levels of THC. And as we know, THC is the psychoactive chemical compound that causes the intoxication or, to get high. Industrial hemp is cultivated for its low THC, and it is non-psychoactive. Hemp is used in fabrics and foods and beverages. Most of us have had products with hemp, and we didn't even realize that they did include hemp until the state started legalizing marijuana. The Farm Bill, signed in 2014, set the legal limit of industrial hemp to less than 0.3%. So whenever you buy a CBD product, it's safe to assume that it does not have THC in it. The endocannabinoid system. This is very interesting. The research goes on and on and on. But for purposes of this presentation, the cannabinoid receptors are found on the outside of the cell. The primary function of the ECS is to maintain homeostasis by keeping our cells stable. The ECS system allows the cells to communicate with one another to facilitate a healthy body, and the ECS helps regulate a variety of physiological and cognitive processes. So, in the midst of my research, what I found out was that the endocannabinoid system is just like the endocrine system or your respiratory system. Um, in anatomy, we learned about all the different systems. We never heard of the endocannabinoid system. I think it was discovered in the 1980s. And I'm not sure why there isn't more research on it. I think maybe because word has it, because Big Pharma has not been able to cash in on it yet. But if you go and you Google this, you'll get all kinds of info. Next slide, Donnell. So how do cannabidiols interact with the body's own endocannabinoid system? There are two identified primary endocannabinoid receptors. CB1 receptors, first cloned in 1990, are found predominantly in the brain and nervous system, as well as in the peripheral organs and tissues. The CB2 receptors, cloned in 1993, are concentrated in the peripheral immune system. Cannabidiols, by their natural ability, bind to the cannabinoid receptors. They increase the natural endocannabinoids available to the body, decrease inflammatory responses, and desensitize pain receptors. The effect on the body varies depending on which receptors they bind to and how they interact. This next slide is some information about the CB1 receptors and what they regulate, and the CB2 receptors. You guys will all receive a copy of this, so you can go back and review this at your leisure. The benefits of adding CBD protocol to your practice. Jonelle, next slide, please. Thank you. Increase practice income. You will create a competitive edge, and you can upsell massage treatments, and you may want to consider CBD retail opportunities. I have a massage therapist here in Maine, and she does all of my product sampling for me, and she, even in the middle of nowhere, has made quite a bit of money working with CBD massage because it really works. Products. What to look for on the CBD product labels: active versus non-active ingredients. So when I went down the CBD road, you were unable to buy a CBD oil with non-active ingredients. Active ingredients would be ingredients like menthol or lidocaine. Those are the ingredients that cool the skin. Non-active ingredients would be your more natural ingredients like jojoba oil and arnica, all of your basic natural ingredients. So when you choose a product, obviously when you do a full body massage, you want non-active ingredients. Nobody wants to be massaged with lidocaine or menthol. That just does not feel good. When you work on, when you want to do a targeted CBD massage for pain relief, so Biotone has some great products. I've had my massage therapist who does all my practice treatment protocols and all my product reviews for me. She loves all of them. She loves the oil and she loves the balm. Next slide, Donnell. Marketing. So what do people want? several that targeted sleep, inflammation, sports, stress. And then what we did was we created a whole separate marketing program. So instead of just throwing CBD onto your menu of services, we created an entire separate menu of services for CBD because there is just so much information and people want to know. People have a lot of questions. So I would suggest that you do a lot of research and create maybe your own little booklet or a rack card. And make sure you include different protocols. So for example, you want to include your full body CBD massage treatment and talk about stress relief and relaxation. And then you want to create your pain relief protocols. You want to have your informational handouts. And you also want to give them information for tips at home. People want to use products that are natural. And what I found is that lots of people don't like active ingredients. So even with a non-active ingredient CBD product, people can get pain relief. So you don't really need the menthol or the lidocaine, to relieve pain. Although those are very good products, and they do boost the rehab. Biotone has created a couple of really great treatment protocols. So I would suggest you might start with something like this. So you would simply purchase the product and then practice on a family member. This is all written out step by step. They do a great job talking about it, letting you know how much to use, how to position the client. So, for example, if we look at number 4, squeeze a dime size amount of lab blends. That's good information, right? Because you don't know how much to use. So that's what I love about Biotone. They always come up with great protocols that let us know exactly the how, what, where, when, and why to use which product. The next treatment protocol is very interesting because I think we're going to, no, sorry, Donnell, this one. I love the warm hand towels. And let me go back to creating protocols. The warm hand towels just made me think of that. I did a lot of work in spas, and you can take CBD products and the possibilities are endless. You can do a foot scrub. You can do a hand scrub. You can do a hand and foot treatment. You can do some sort of a combo, full body with, like a spa flair to it, because Biotone also has a lot of good spa products. I'm not sure, Donnell, does Biotone have a salt scrub or a sugar scrub that's CBD?
Both.
Both. Okay, that's good news. So way back in the day when I got into the spa business, I started with Biotone, and they just make great products. So as you can see, the treatment protocols are endless. It just goes on and on and on with what you can do with CBD, and everybody wants it, right? I mean, I live in Maine, and we're in the process of legalizing marijuana up there. And everybody wants it, but and everybody wants to use it. This next slide has a lot of good info about research. So if anybody really wanted to research CBD and where it started and who it's helping, this is an excellent website to go to. It has all kinds of research studies, and everything you want to know is there. And then the last slide is about me. If any of you guys are interested in learning more about my CBD treatment protocols, you can email me, and I'll send you some info. So Donnell, does anybody have any questions for me?
Let me get back. I'm going to stop sharing. And Jane, I do not see any chats have come in. But again, I mean, how would you
Right
recommend,
slide.
how would you recommend speaking to your clients about, they come in with a neck ache and you could give them a regular massage or, at what point do you say, are you interested in trying CBD? I mean, how do you introduce it? How do you, aside from handouts, how do you say today, I think we really need to try this? I mean, how do you gauge that? I'm not a massage therapist. I don't know. Jane, we can't hear you.
Oh, okay. How about now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I wish I had a nickel for every time I heard or said that line. Can you hear me now? You don't want to try this with new clients. You want to make sure that you have to read your audience. So I would try it with a client who has chronic pain. Everybody has that client who they see week after week after week, and you never seem to get anywhere with them. So I would try it with patients who have chronic pain and who don't seem to be able to respond to any other treatment. I know that when I had my first CBD massage, I used a Biotone product, and I had my massage therapist come to my house. And this was way back when. Remember, Donnell, when we met in Florida
Yes,
a couple of
in
years ago?
February, I think 2016, maybe, at
Sorry,
the AMTA School Summit.
pre-pandemic, which is how we all gauge our lives now, pre-pandemic, post-pandemic. Anyway, I brought some product home, and my massage therapist, I said to my massage therapist, put some of this on my neck and let it sink in while you're proceeding with my full body massage. She came back to my neck about 15 minutes later, and we could not believe the difference. I couldn't believe the difference. I could not believe how the CBD penetrated the soft tissue and just really, really melted it. It's really amazing. So if we go back to the endocannabinoid system, I think that our listeners definitely want to include that in your information, because people are going to say, how does it work? So the endocannabinoid system, um, the cannabidiols regenerate. So the endocannabinoid system, the research tells us that this is a system that went to sleep. So years and years ago, when we lived on twigs and berries and bark, the endocannabinoid system was a natural system that helped us to heal naturally. And with modern medicine, the endocannabinoid system went to sleep. So CBD wakes it up. The cannabinoids wake up the cannabidiols. And I know my husband, who takes a CBD tincture, and you guys sell a tincture, correct?
Biotone does have tinctures,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. The tinctures are great for sleep. So this is a product that you definitely want to upsell to your clients. My husband's been using the CBD tincture, and he loves it. And it really works. I mean, after a while, when you use it, your endocannabinoid system really does regenerate, and you really do heal from the inside out. I can't say enough good things about it. I really can't.
Jane, a chat came in. Is it better to recommend a targeted spot application?
I would say that yes, I think when you want to introduce your clients, start with the targeted application. And it's easy to do because you have your client on the table and they've got that same old stiff neck, and you know them and they're comfortable with you. And then you just say, hey, you know what? I've got some CBD. Why don't I just try this out on the knots in your neck? And when they start to see results, they're going to love it. They're going to come back. They're going to get the full CBD treatment, and you're going to be able to upsell the products to your client.
So how do you recommend like an upsell price? Like, let's say you're just doing targeted CBD in areas, you're adding it on to a regular massage. Do you have any pricing guidelines for therapists?
I think that therapists have to know they're going to have to make an initial investment in the product, right? So you're going to buy the product, you're going to try it out, you're going to use it on yourself, you're going to use it on your friends and family, and then you're just going to have to do the math and figure out how much more do I want to charge for this if I do a targeted treatment or if I do a full body massage. The rule of thumb is that you use about an ounce of oil. This is what I read. Use about an ounce of oil on a full body massage. I think if I used an ounce of oil, the client would be slipping off the table. So if you buy, I'm not sure how many ounces are in the CBD full body oil, maybe 16 ounces, but you just want to divide it up, figure out what your cost is, and then upsell it. So people will pay for CBD. Of course, you have to also read your audience, right? If you're in a tourist area and you're working on tourists and the one and done client, you can really upsell it. You may want to not charge more for your clients, your regular clientele, and then make the money on the other end when you sell them the product, because they'll buy this product. I know massage therapists don't like to sell product, but your clients are going to want it. They're going to ask you for it.
I mean, my CBD experience has been within minutes, you're feeling relief.
Within minutes, yes, within minutes, you're feeling relief. Exactly.
Another question came in. Are there any contraindications to using CBD on clients?
No, it's just all the regular contraindications that you'd have with a regular massage. It's almost hard to believe that there aren't any contraindications, but there really aren't. I mean, CBD is good for everybody. It's good for diabetics. It's good for people with gastrointestinal issues. It's good for people with limited blood flow, pregnancy. You're not using THC. So all of those regular contraindications that we would have with, other clients like the diabetes or thrombosis, it doesn't apply with CBD.
Let's see, I had a question, but it escaped me. So I'm sorry for that. Audience, if you have any last questions for Jane before we wrap up, we'd love to hear from you.
Well, I'll tell you a little story about one of my ski trips, if anybody wants to hear about that. I went to Tahoe, flew from Maine to Lake Tahoe in California, and I was with my stepson, who took quite a tumble, and I had some CBD oil with me, and no active ingredients, and I rubbed it on his shoulders, and I said, this is going to feel like nothing, because he's a big BioFreeze fan. And I said, this is not going to feel like anything. It has no active ingredients. But about 45 minutes from now, you're going to say to yourself, wow, I don't have any more pain. And sure enough, and he looked at me like, okay, Jen, this isn't really going to work. Sure enough, about 45 minutes later, he said to me, Jane, I can't even believe this. My neck feels great. So, once you start hearing these, it's almost hard to believe. When I first started using CBD, it was almost like magic, because I'm kind of a skeptic and I don't buy into everything that comes down the road. I've been a massage therapist for 30 years. And like I say, my massage therapist in the town that I work in, that does all my product reviews, she also helps me with my video shoots. She's a skeptic as well. And her clients love it. I mean, she started just by basically giving it away to get people on to, well, she didn't really believe it. She was using it to get people on board, but she started using it It does. It really does.
Well, we're having a little
And
technical
Biotone just does a great
difficulties
job
with
with
you.
all of their products.
We're just having some
Well,
technical, but I before, technical difficulties aside, um, what do you recommend for therapists that haven't used it, they're not sure about it in their state? It seems like every state is different. What do you recommend?
I would recommend that you contact your state board or your AMTA chapter. I know in Maine, it's the wild, wild west. Nobody really cares. Some state boards have rules, some don't, some care, some don't care. But I think medical marijuana is legal in most states. So, the other thing that's important now that we're going down the legal road is that people say, well, can I buy this? Yeah, anybody can buy CBD from Biotone, and Biotone can mail it to anybody in the U.S. mail, and that's totally legal.
Thank you. There's another chat that came in. Does it provide a lasting effect?
It does provide a lasting effect. It really does. What we found was people who want the full body relaxation massage. You get your weekly clients and they're a stress ball, and you massage them on a Tuesday and they say, well, by Thursday I was a stress ball again. The full body non-active ingredient really provides this sense of relaxation that lasts for days. And also the pain relief products, I think the recommendation is you might want to apply 3 to 4 times a day at home, but lots of times people say they only have to apply it once or twice because they forget that they're in pain, right? I mean, we apply those products when we're moving around and we feel the pain, but they tell us that they use it in the morning and then they have to remember to use it at night.
Well, as a therapist, now that we're talking about lasting effects for clients, as a therapist, what are the effects if you're doing CBD massages throughout the day?
What are the effects for the massage therapist?
Yes.
She's very happy because her clients are happy. And she's making lots of money.
And her hands don't hurt, is that
and her
it?
hands don't hurt.
Well,
that's true. That's true because I am, north of 55, and my friends who are massage therapists who are my age, who feel like their hands are starting to wear out and maybe they're starting to get a little arthritis in their knuckles, they love using the CBD products because it helps them as well as their clients.
So a self-care tool as well.
Yes. Yes, a self-care tool. Yes.
Well, I want to thank you, Jane, for sharing this and giving us a 101 snapshot on what it is and how to use it and the benefits for your practice and your hands. Tomorrow we'll be, thank you everyone for attending. We'll be sending out the PowerPoint presentation. And so look for that in your inbox. It does have Jane's contact information on it. I'd like to point out that we have one remaining EduTalk in 2020. If only it was 2015 again, in 2020. And it's December 15th. It will be 2021 Trends in Wellness and Massage, and it's presented by Kelly Lenny. And then in January 2021, and we're all anxious to get there and be done with 2020, we have Nathan Nordstrom presenting on Take Challenges with Confidence. So that will be an excellent start of the year EduTalk to listen to. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us tonight. The EduTalk was recorded and will be posted to biotone.com edu-talks within the next couple of days. Thank you. Thank you, Jane. And any last Comments or questions? Maybe Jane froze. Okay, well,
I
signing
think
off.
I did freeze. All
Signing
right.
off. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your presentation, Jane. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.